Welcome to the Parlay Giveaway. I'm your host, Joe Cortez, and let's gear up for UFC 246. It is fight week, January 18th. Conor McGregor and Cowboy Cerrone in Vegas. It's the first UFC card of 2020, and oddly enough, it's the first Parlay Giveaway episode of 2020. And it's super exciting, all right? But before we get into the card, before I make some bet predictions and I give you my Parlay Giveaway bet contest, go over to my Instagram page, Parlay Giveaway, and follow us there. If you follow us on Instagram, you automatically are entered to win half of our bet winnings, and that's what this Parlay Giveaway channel is all about. Not only do we talk about the UFC, and make bets on fighters in the UFC, but we also make the bet. We make a parlay bet, and if that bet hits, we share 50% of our winnings with one of our followers on Instagram. That easy. No questions asked. It's not about the money. It's about making these fights a little bit more interesting for everybody, for the whole fight fan base, the whole fight fan community, making these weekends just a little bit more exciting and, getting everybody involved, all right? So go over to Parlay Giveaway on Instagram. Follow us there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get the latest and greatest bet predictions by yours truly, Joe Cortez. And that's it. Then you're automatically entered. That's all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is follow us on Instagram, Parlay Giveaway. All right? So let's just jump right into this one. This is a good one. UFC 246, man. Big one. Conor McGregor's first fight back since getting smashed by Khabib Nurmagomedov, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. I'm so excited. I'm going to do a five fighter parlay bet. All right, I'm going to pick 5 fighters. I'm going to make a bet. They all have to win, and if I win, you win. So I already made the bet. I had to make the bet because of the odds. All right, I usually wait for the weigh-ins. I usually wait for the face-off the day before, and then I make the bet on mybookie.ag. But the odds, I just couldn't pass them up, so I already made the bet. I guess the hardest one for me to pick was the McGregor and Cowboy fight, but I'm going to get into that last. The first fight that I did pick, the first fighter that I did pick was Sadiq Yusuff versus Andre Fili, and I picked Sadiq Yusuff to win. Now, that kid's a beast. He's 10-1. I know he's fighting Andre Fili, but I hate the whole this is his first real test. The kid is 10-1. He has 11 professional fights under his belt. I would say if it was a top 5 opponent, it would be his first big test, but it's not. It's Andre Fili. I know he's a beast. Everybody's a beast in the UFC, but I think Sadiq Yusuff gets it done. He trains, he's nasty stand-up, insane power, and insane speed. But nobody really knows about his grappling. I can say this, though. He trains down in Camp Springs, Maryland, with Lloyd Irvin. And if you're training with Lloyd Irvin, and Lloyd Irvin is one of your coaches, then you got grappling. You got wrestling, and you got grappling. All right, so Sadiq Yusuff definitely has that, as a weapon on his tool belt if he needs to go to it. But I think he's just gonna piece up Andre Fili, and I think he's gonna finish Andre Fili in the 3rd round. If I had to guess, if I had to make that prediction, finishes Andre Fili in the 2nd or 3rd round. The first round is gonna be a little bit of a feeling out process, but I think Yusuff gets it done. All right, so that's the fight number 1. Number 2, so Yusuff, man, get it done, right? It's for my fans. Sadiq Yusuff, get it done. Next fight that I put a bet on, part of the parlay bet, is Holm versus Raquel Pennington. So, Raquel Pennington's a beast. Holm's a beast. We all know that. I should just stop saying it. If you're fighting in the UFC, you're a goddamn beast. Holm, first, I think they fought 5 years ago. And I think Holm took the decision. Not much has changed, I don't think. I know, they're both professional fighters. They're both getting better. If anything, Holm's wrestling defense and grappling defense or offense has gotten better. So I don't know if Raquel Pennington's striking has gotten to the point where Holm's striking is. But I think Holly Holm's going to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit less scared of grappling, and a little bit less scared of the takedown and go at Pennington. I feel like she's going to be the aggressor for 3 rounds, either finishes her in the 3rd round or goes to the decision, but the judges give Holly Holm the nod. Holly Holm's been doing it for a long time now, and she's been doing it against the best. The best. I think she had one gimme fight with Betch Correa. I think she just took for whatever reason. But Holly Holm has been doing it against the best of the best after beating Ronda Rousey, fighting Misha Tate, fighting Jermaine Durandamy, Cyborg, Amanda Nunes. She's been doing it, and she's been fighting at a high level, and she's never disappointed. She always comes to fight. So I think she gets it done against Raquel Pennington. In fact, I think she finishes her. I think she finishes Raquel Pennington, 3rd round. The next fight that I picked, that was a good back crack. The next fight that I picked was Alexa Grasso versus Claudia Gadelha. Now, Grasso, younger, I think 5 years younger than Claudia Gadelha. I'm taking that as a factor. Taller, range, has longer range. Claudia Gadelha, I mean, listen, she's I think she's ranked 7th. I don't know. I don't remember what Claudia Gadelha is ranked, but I think she's ranked 7th. Let's give it a quick check. But, I mean, she's 32 years old, 31 years old, and let's see here. But, she's a little bit rangier. Yeah, she's 31 years old, 5'4", 115 pounds. She's fighting at 115 pounds. Alexa Grasso, a little bit different. 26 years old. Yeah, so 5-year difference. Oh, no, same thing, 5'4". She has a little bit of a reach. Alexa Grasso, 11-3. I think she gets it done. This was the most even money fight that was on the card that I was willing to bet. I think it's Grasso's time. I'm going with the range, and I'm going with the age. She's a little bit younger, a little bit more hungrier than Claudia Gadelha, I think. So I think she's gonna take the decision. 3 rounds. Judges give Alexa Grasso the nod. Now this next fight. So those are 3, right? Yusuff, Holm, Grasso, right? So the next fight is one of the reasons why I had to lock in this bet so early. The Anthony Pettis versus Diego Ferreira fight. So Anthony Pettis has been taking some big name fights, right? He had the Nate Diaz fight, the Stephen Thompson fight. He performed well. It's definitely performed well against Stephen Thompson. He caught him with that Superman punch and knocked him on his ass, and that's how he finished the fight. Nobody does that to Stephen Thompson. So if you're doing that to somebody like Stephen Thompson, who's a world-class fighter, now I'm not saying Diego Ferreira is not, because he's 16-2, and I think one of Diego's losses was to Dustin Poirier, which, you're 16-2, and one of your losses came from Dustin. Come on, you're elite. But my bookie in Vegas had Pettis as a plus 195 underdog, damn near plus 200, almost a plus 200 underdog against another person. So I don't think Anthony Pettis is a plus 200 ever against anybody in the world. So I had to lock in that bet. Do I think Anthony Pettis beats Diego Ferreira? I didn't do enough research on Diego Ferreira. I know he's good. But looking at who he's fought versus who's Pettis fought, and just trying to wrap my mind about how Pettis, like, what does Vegas know about Diego Ferreira that I don't? That he's such a huge favorite over Pettis. I just don't get it. I think this is one of the ones that you got to put money on. So I put money on Pettis, plus 195. I'm picking him to win. He has all the tools. If you have all the tools and you're excellent at all the tools, you should never be a plus 190, damn near plus 200 against another person who's not top 5. I don't think Diego Ferreira is top 5. Crazy if he is. I apologize for going back and forth. I know 1 or 2 people might be like, what the hell is he doing? He needs to fix that. But you know what? Do you know what I say to that, TK? And you know who you are, TK. Shut up. Just shut up, all right? I'm in the basement of my house. Shut up, all right? Use my buddy Joe for your logo. I like my logo. That's my logo. I did that logo by myself. I like it. Shut up. Stupid. Anyway, Carlos Diego Ferreira. What was I looking up? Yeah, he's 16-2. Well, I forgot why I typed in his name. 16-2, 5'8", 156 pounds. Yeah, he's a beast. Fights out of Brazil. Cool. But, I mean, I don't think Pettis should be a plus 195 against this fella. Right? Who was his last three? Who was Diego Ferreira's last three? Sumanov. Who he beat decision. Kabalov. He's beaten a couple of Russians by decision. That's impressive. And Jared Gordon. Those were his last three. 2 Russians and Jared Gordon. Yeah. So, Pettis. Picking Pettis to win against Diego Ferreira. That's it. I mean, cool. Vegas. Plus 195. I might put money straight up on Pettis. Just for a little side bet for myself. You know? Just might. All right, so let's get right back into it. Cowboy Cerrone versus Conor McGregor. Oh, man, I'm so glad Conor's back in the fight game. One, I'm on record talking shit about Conor. Not that it matters. Not that anybody cares. But, I judged him and his antics and how he acts and that WWE personality. But if anybody can pull it off, it's Conor McGregor. If anybody I respect when it comes to that, it's Conor McGregor. The kid's a beast. I mean, come on, man. You got to give respect where it's earned, and he's earned it. Is he a dick? Yeah, he's a dick. You can't punch old people in the bar, you know? I'm not going to get into the rape allegations because that's exactly what they are. Don't know anything about it. Don't know what's going on. So I'm not going to get into that. But I did see video of him punching an old man in the face, a guy in his 60s or late 50s in the face because he wouldn't drink his shitty whiskey. And guess what? It's shitty whiskey. It's no Macallan, you know? It's shitty whiskey, and the reason why people are drinking it is because they're Conor dick riders, and it's not because it's good whiskey. Let's be honest. But good, man. Good on you. Make that whiskey money. Awesome. Truth is, it's not really a really good whiskey. All right? So, yeah, you're a shitty person, McGregor. You know, the rape and sexual assault allegations, not going to get into that. I don't know enough about it. You know, nothing is, you know, I just don't know anything about it. So let's get back to the fighting, right? McGregor versus Cowboy. Glad McGregor's back after he took that beatdown from Khabib Nurmagomedov. And, you know, he, just like any fighter, they're going to say, I really didn't train that hard for that fight. And I believe him. I believe that he didn't really train that hard for that fight. But I think he did. I think he trained a little bit hard. And what is he going to do next? You know, the rumor was that he was going to bring Jordan Burroughs in for his camp. And Jordan Burroughs is like, nah, I got to get ready for Worlds. Rightfully so. If you don't know who Jordan Burroughs is, shame on you. Look him up. The best wrestler in the world. Okay? One of the best wrestlers. So, Conor McGregor coming back against Cowboy Cerrone. And this was a hard one for me to pick because my mind and my heart say Cowboy. But my gut says McGregor. And I didn't know who to pick. I didn't know. I know Cowboy has all the tools, and I hate when people say McGregor doesn't have any grappling. He sure does. You know, I know he's been submitted, but he's been submitted off of you know, I'm getting my ass beat. He didn't get caught. You know, fucking Nate Diaz was catching him on his feet. He decided to become a wrestler, like Nate Diaz said, and then he took his back and strangled him. But he has grappling. He has grappling. That's all because you get submitted in the UFC doesn't mean you don't have grappling. Black belts get submitted in MMA fights. It's a different sport. But he does have the grappling, and he trains with an elite, one of the world's best BJJ practitioners in the world, Dylan Dennis. Now, is Dylan Dennis a fucking bozo also? Yeah. Do I care less about Dylan Dennis? Right. I don't give a shit, but he is one of the best BJJ guys in the MMA game. And there's no denying that, Yeah, he's a fucking cornball, but there's no denying that he's one of the best as far as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is concerned in MMA. So he's training with McGregor, and McGregor, he's getting elite Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training. So you can't say McGregor doesn't have a ground game. He does. He has a ground game. And he's fighting Cowboy. Cowboy doesn't want to take you down. Cowboy doesn't want to submit you. Cowboy wants to punch you in your face and kick you, fucking head kick you, knock you out. That's what Cowboy wants to do. If Cowboy starts to wrestle, we'll see. But I doubt that he's going to start wrestling. I think he wants to stand up with McGregor and prove a point. And for all these people that are saying he's going to take a dive because he got paid off by either UFC and McGregor, it's not worth it for the UFC to pay off Cowboy to take a dive because, one, it's illegal. Two, it delegitimizes the sport. For who? For what? McGregor? No, they're fine. They'll be fine without McGregor. If McGregor disappeared tomorrow, they'll be fine. They have John Jones. They have Francis Ngannou, right? Colby Covington. As much as I hate the guy too, Colby Covington's a star, right? Then you have the younger guys who are coming up. They're going to become stars, and it should be that way anyway. Make way for the newer talent, the younger talent, and and start concentrating on their skills as a fighter. Everybody knows who Patrick Mahomes is because he's a great NFL quarterback, not because he's awesome on social media and he's talking shit back and forth, right? And the NFL does a good job of promoting these guys. So that's what the UFC has to start doing, in my opinion. I'm no mathematician, but start highlighting these guys and their skills and their fight skills as being the baddest motherfuckers on earth versus who has the funniest social media, who has who has the funnier gimmick and who says the most alarming thing after the fight. And you can tell a lot of the times it's rehearsed. And it's just a shame. So I don't think the UFC is paying off Cowboy to take a dive. I don't think McGregor's doing it because it did. Imagine that comes out. All I would have to do is, one, take the money, don't take the dive, and then show all the evidence of this cornball trying to pay me off to take a dive. Crazy. It's not worth it. So I doubt the UFC and McGregor are trying to pay off Cowboy to take a dive. Cowboy's going to go in there and he's going to fuck shit up. End of story. Again, I haven't made my pick. I haven't said my pick just yet. And I just want to tell you how I came up with it. So I told you already, my brain and my heart tell me Cowboy's going to win. My gut's telling me McGregor's going to win. So basically what happened was on one of my group chats on my phone, I was texting with a couple of coworkers and they asked me, hey, Joe, who do you think is going to win, McGregor or Cowboy? I went, I don't know, man. So my buddy Tom, he goes, well, I think Cowboy's going to win. And I said, well, that's the money fight. Because, again, Cowboy's a plus 235 underdog against McGregor, against a guy who hasn't been in the octagon for over a year after being smashed by Khabib, is a plus 235 underdog. Crazy. So I said, hey, man, that's the fight. That's the fight to pick. Cowboy. I mean, my heart and head are telling me, my brain are telling me Cowboy's going to win. But I don't know. Something else. My gut's telling me McGregor might pull this off. So he said, Tommy goes, you know what, Joe, stop being a bitch and just pick Cowboy to win. And he's right. My heart and my brain are telling me Cowboy over my gut. So I'm going to go with Cowboy. I'm going to go with the red-blooded American drinking Budweiser while fucking skydiving in the fucking mountains in a squirrel suit. That's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Cowboy. And also because he's plus 35 underdog to a guy who hasn't fought in over a year and got smashed by Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's it. Cowboy's been active. He's ready to go. So, that's my opinion on that. I mean, Cowboy for the win. End of story. Like, it's I know something tells me McGregor's going to win, but all the signs point to Cowboy. McGregor has a nasty left hand, and if Cowboy doesn't win, guess what? I go to Tommy's house, and for my parlay giveaway fans, I beat the shit out of him. I'll beat the shit out of Tommy. Because he can't fight. That's at the end of the day, he can't fight. He thinks he's so tough. He grows a beard, walks around, he goes to the gym, he works out. He's in great shape, good looking guy. But I'll beat the shit out of him, and it's okay. It's okay, Tommy. Just eat it, bro. It's fine. You know, I have training since I was a kid. You know, you were, oh, let's go deer hunting. You know, that's you. Let's go deer hunting. And I'm like, okay, I've got to go to the gym to train. I'll go to the supermarket. I'll go to Whole Foods. I don't want to go deer hunting. You can go deer hunting, and I'll take some deer meat from you. That's what I'll do. But anyway, Cowboy for the win. So let's go over this one more time. Sadiq Yusuff for the win. Holm for the win. Alexa Grasso for the win. Anthony Pettis, not Sergio. Anthony Pettis for the win. And Donald Cowboy Cerrone for the win. Now, this bet I already made. I put $50 on this 5-fighter parlay. And the winnings is going to be about $2,800. So, if you are following me on Parlay Giveaway on Instagram and we hit this bet, that means somebody from one of my followers from Parlay Giveaway on my Instagram is going to get $1,400, $1,400. That's it. All you have to do is have Cash App or PayPal. And who doesn't have either of those two? Cash App or PayPal. And you get possibly $1,400 if we win this bet. Listen, it's the Parlay Giveaway. We make the bet. You spend the money. All right? $1,400. That's huge. That's huge. And this is not so out of the realm of possibilities. Yusuff, Holm, Grasso, Pettis, and Cowboy. Come on. One of my other buddies made a bet. He makes fun of me because I have a show called Parlay Giveaway. So anyway, but he said he made a parlay no giveaway bet. It's Cowboy, Pettis, and Holm. He put $50 on it, and that'll net you like $880, I think it was. So that's a pretty good bet to make, right? Cowboy, Pettis, and Holm, $50. You know, I added 2 more fighters for that $2,800 winning bid. So, is what it is. But anyway, listen, that's my time here. This is the Parlay Giveaway. I'm Joe Cortez. I'm out. Peace.